On today's menu, it's cold hard facts. And the main course, conditional probability. Guys, conditional is a fancy term for saying we want to be able to solve probability questions that have extra information in them. To show you how powerful extra information can be, think about this. Let's say I roll my good old friend a six-sided die, and I want to know what's the probability of getting a 4. Of course, it's 1 out of 6. But now let's suppose I have some extra information, and the extra information is that a magic genie comes out of nowhere and promises me for a fact I will be rolling an even number. Now there are only 3 even numbers to choose from, and so the probability of my getting a 4 goes from 1 over 6 to 1 over 3. So extra information can completely change the answer of a probability problem. And if we're trying to do these kinds of problems in general, we're going to be using this formula right here. It's called the conditional probability formula. And the first thing you guys need to know about it is that the thing before the vertical line represents the question that you're trying to solve. The vertical line represents the word given or assuming. And the thing after the vertical line represents the extra information that you have. This is read the probability of A given B, or the probability of A assuming B. Okay, now to figure out how to navigate this formula, let's just do an example. Remember these guys? They're the random people on that street corner where I like to hang out. I randomly pick one of these people, and I want to find the probability that the person I picked is tall, assuming I know for a fact ahead of time that they're going to be orange. Now, I can plug that into the conditional probability formula, and it says that on top we're trying to find the probability of tall and orange. And on bottom we're just trying to find the probability of orange. Okay, now we have 2 simpler probability problems that we have to figure out, and when we do, we're going to end up with a fraction for the one on top and a fraction for the one on bottom. That's right, guys, this means fractions on top of fractions, but don't let that freak you out because these sorts of problems will always simplify nicely. Let's go ahead and crunch these guys. On top, the probability of tall and orange is something we've seen before, and the answer is just 3 out of 7. 3 people who are both tall and orange, and 7 people to choose from total. On bottom, if we're just trying to find the probability of orange, that is 4 out of 7. There are 4 orange people, and still 7 total. Last but not least, guys, we have a fraction on top of a fraction that we need to simplify. Since we're dividing fractions, that's the same as flipping the guy on bottom and multiplying. When you do that, notice that the 7s cross cancel out, and that your final answer becomes 3 out of 4.